to march and score the goals and kick their wretched hides. And if they try to take us on, we'll nail them to the floor. Ellenbrook are heroes and we're here to make you roar.
Ellenbrook second home ground. Ellenbrook Eels against Mount Helena. 5 minutes into the first quarter.
This time last year there were no laps to run for these men, but the formation of the Ellenbrook Football Club changed all that.
A couple of the boys in Ellenbrook decided we needed a club, and just everything's rolled on from there.
After deciding to form a team and play in Sunday's mercantile competition, 16 players were all Ellenbrook could muster for the first few matches, and they even won a couple of those. Coach Troy Newick used to travel all the way to Northam to play footy. Now there's a team in his own backyard. How hard has it been sort of coaching a team which has never played together before?
The guys blended unreal. Like from the first night down at training, everyone's on a level playing field. There's no one above anyone, and just the real atmosphere around the club is unreal, and it's done itself really.
The Ellenbrook Eels have had a terrific first season, winning 12 out of 15 matches. Likely to finish second on the table after tomorrow's last home and away clash, they just might give the flag a shake and cap off a fairy tale beginning.
Our midfield is unreal, and basically, just a bunch of guys that really love playing football and out there looking after each other and having a good time.
Just 1 year in the comp and already a successful footy club.
Yeah, and they'll play in the final, so good luck.
So the club back in 2006 was ticking along okay, but just in one-team competitions, a couple of us, like myself and Matty Hatch, knew that if the club was really going to go anywhere, we needed to be in the amateurs. So I put my hand up to be president in 2007 and got voted in, and made sure one of the first things that I did was put us into the waffle competition, and from there we went from strength to strength. 2007 we struggled a little bit, our first year against some better clubs, more well-established clubs, but 2008 we had a big influx of players, and we knew that we could put two competitive teams on the park. Then 2009 was our real breakout year, I think, making our first grand final with our league side being the dominant team all year. Unfortunately, just going down to Manning in the grand final. But I think that year certainly let us know that we could be a really competitive club.
Terrible grand final it was. Probably one of the biggest whippings in any final I've ever had. Oh, it is the biggest whipping I've ever had. Pretty disappointing after the awesome season that we had. Yeah.
2010 brought a different style of pre-season, with new coaches and new players filtering in. Unfortunately, both sides missed finals, but the fire was still definitely burning. In 2011, the Newick brothers finally had a chance to play together when Hatchie returned to coaching, and a rivalry with Cantervale was formed when the league won the semi-final, catapulting into both the grand final and upper grade into C3. However, unfortunately, the Cougars had the final laugh for taking out the GF. The reserves were successful, however, in bringing home the first flag to the club with a win over Noranda. 2011 would also mark the first year that both the Colts and Master sides were running around in the navy blue.
So all I'm asking for is make sure you maintain that front spot all the time. You're going to have tallest players playing now, maintain that front, it's going to be tight.
Come in, boys. In you come, guys. All right, quarter that time, boys. I know you boys are struggling with Martin on the bench, you've got to run out the whole game, so it definitely hurts.
Don't put on. You leave anything inside, you leave anything spare, that's going to fucking burn inside your guts for the next fucking 6 months.
Now, boys, and we can make sure we play fucking 20 minutes for the hardest, toughest, best fucking football we can play, so we can really fucking bring this home.
2012, first year at C3, first year under the new president, Ronnie Hobbs. Once again, both league and reserves were at the top end of the ladder. Unfortunately, the league lost the prelim final to Snezza. The reserves, well, they got through that grand final and got to redeem themselves because playing Snezza in the grand final came from a couple of goals down to beat Snezza by 1 point on the back of Luke Hurley's 3 goals.
Straight through for both guys, and all here, we've been able to say we work together. What's up for grabs today in the Premiership level, guys? Come on, we got to put a hate on. You got to get out there and you got to fucking take it. The only way you're going to take it is to start working hard. On your feet. Let's go.
2013 saw the introduction of the third side to the club. We had a situation where for the first time a coach was replaced during the year and Matt Hatch returned to the fold. The league won 16 straight games on the way through the finals, but unfortunately again fell in the prelim.
Jimmy?
Yes?
You may not realise this, mate, but you won the runner-up fairest and best for the Ellenbrook Reserves 2013. Congratulations, mate.
What? Thank you.
2014 brought a new coach in Andrew McBean with a lot of new ideas from his time in the Waffle. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be successful for the league, but the reserves got through to the grand final where Steve Burgess became a 2-time premiership coach with a comfortable win over Bellagera.
Businesses and other sporting clubs, they've done Subiaco when I was there. Their team work development Australia.
The time to talk is finished. The time now is to get out there and walk the walk.
Welcome to Gosnell's Football Reserve for the C3 Reserves 2014 Grand Final between Ellenbrook and Ballagera.
What we developed in there, we were playing hard, but we were working hard.
I mean, we had different blokes in each week. I mean, up to sometimes 10, 11 blokes different from one week to the next, and yet we were still able to win games.
Develop that relationship within our group and then still excel on the field was really important.
I think it's a credit to the blokes that were down there that committed themselves to the reserve side and committed themselves to playing the brand of football we wanted to play.
We incorporated a good feel into the team early, which was really important for us.
2015 was the first year under Craig Reekie. Many highlights that year, including our 250th league game, which was a great achievement for the club. Special jumpers were worn on this occasion, and we finally said goodbye to our beloved Coolamon Oval. Unfortunately for the league guys, it was another heartbreak of a year. Losing the prelim to Swan View, I think we eventually went down by 22 points after finishing third.
Okay boys, last game at Coolmont. Pumpers 150th, don't need to say more. Let's do it, come on! Come on boys.
You might have to help them to tell them where they've got to stand. If you're getting told where to stand, boys, you're getting told for a reason.
Now, boys, today's fucking about celebrating the past, but it's also about the fucking future, eh? It starts today, and the future's up to us. Let's fucking have a crack, mate.
2016 saw us move to the DOS where we are now. I was lucky enough to be named club captain, which I took as a huge honour to be leading this club. We got a Colt side back up and running after a year off thanks to sales, and those boys managed to go on that year and win a flag and only drop 2 games for the year, which is an outstanding achievement. Unfortunately for the Rezzies in the league, we both dropped out in the prelim again. I think the league went down by 16 points that year after finishing 4th on the ladder. 2017 saw Woodsy come in as the league coach and Kev come in for the reserves coach as their first year at the club. Some things stayed the same, but with Jimmy Kendall having a dominating year, kicking his 4th straight league goal kicking award. Absolute pleasure to play with a guy like that at full forward. Brilliant forward, and was just a great leader for the young blokes. Unfortunately, we lost another prelim, this time going down by 26 points after finishing 3rd. Probably a little bit battered by the end of the season, so it was probably a good achievement with our first year under Woodsy. But the upside is our Rezzies managed to go on and win the flag. They had a lot of ex-league players, a lot of the old boys that have been around for a long time and put their heart and souls into this club, finally got to taste success in the Rezzies, which ended up being a great year.
Because it does represent everyone, not just because it's NATO, not just Indigenous people, but everyone that's here today.
Aaron, the reason we asked you to come in specifically this week...
Robbie Snars, if you were in trouble, then you would look to Robbie Snars to get you out of trouble.
You kind of spearheaded this.
And I think it looks pretty good. What do you reckon? It looks awesome.
For an Indigenous round jersey for the Ellenbrook.
It's going to be a real special day, and I think, you know, it's exciting and we're looking forward to it, and hopefully this day can keep moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. I've been here a long time, and extra special, I think, being awarded a medal.
We're still acknowledging the past and present Indigenous players of this football club.